Good morning, welcome back to a brand new video. If you're new here, then welcome. My name's Alex, I'm a cameraman, and I take you behind the scenes of jobs get to do, whether that's in the UK or abroad, video, photo or drone. And I post 2 videos a week for you every Thursday and every Sunday to show you what I've been up to. So, you might know we've been renovating this 36-year-old motorhome for a little while now. I've done most of the external jobs and I kind of neglected the inside whilst I was using it, just to figure out how I wanted it to be. What I've been doing this morning is tying up a few of those loose ends, and as this is going to be turned into a mobile editing studio, the one thing that we need to put in here is also a home cinema to watch what we have been creating. So today's video sponsor is YABER, and they've sponsored us with this T2 projector to do exactly that. So, as I said, we've tied up a few odds and ends. I've got a few things to show you, and without further ado, let's crack on. Back on the GoPro, as you guys know, we've had plenty of jobs to be finishing off. I've just noticed one more thing actually that I need to do. What George and I have been spending 2 hours doing this morning, which is a surprising amount of time for what looked like a small job, is tucking all of this, tucking and gluing, and then re-screwing the cabinets back up because there are brackets here, holding the bracket to the ceiling. So we had to undo them, push the fabric underneath, re-glue it, re-screw it, and then obviously this is how it's looking. So I'll remove these in just a sec. But as you can see, we've done the whole ceiling. Apart from this bit's loose at the moment, just folded up because we need to put a bit of ply there. But yeah, you can see that like we've gone to quite some effort to get this looking as perfect as it could be. This is getting covered, so ignore that. And if my glamorous assistant, oh, Georgie's with me, say hello, Georgie.
Hello.
We have been, tucking all of this up. So it took us a really, really long time, but I'm really pleased that we did it. Another one of the jobs that I want to be getting done a little bit later on is, if you come over here, you will see that we've left, when I built the van, I drew on the lines where all of the battens were behind the insulation and behind this ply, so that when it came to fixing things on like this bit of wood or the countertop, I knew where the firmest fixings were. So now this looks ugly, what we're going to be doing is giving this a lick of paint later. It's going to make the world of difference. It looks better being white than some of the brown stuff, but it's going to look amazing when it's all bright white and looking fantastic. So that's a job for a little bit later. Obviously, we don't want to gas ourselves out too much, so that'll be the last job. First thing is showing you a little bit more about this projector. Not to dwell on this too much, but it does have a JBL speaker in it. It has autofocus things. I'm going to cover all of this a little bit later on. But yeah, I really, really want to get it mounted. Obviously, for a projector, what we need is a projector screen. I wasn't quite sure if the van was going to be wide enough to project something and have it focused this far. So I bought 2 different size screens. I was recommended to get a 60-inch screen, which is massive, especially for the inside of this van. So I ignored that and bought a small one to start with. So this is what I initially thought I was going to be able to use, which is just your standard desktop or like tabletop meeting projector board. What I was thinking was, instead of it being tabletop, I was going to spin it around and fix it to here and use that as the screen. But I think we can do one better. So instead of this, what I've opted for is a 60-inch one, like the people told me to do in the first place. So I'm going to be fixing this to the ceiling here. I'm not going to fix it here because I think that's going to be a bit of a faff. It is really long, let me quickly show you. So I'm going to fix it to the ceiling there, and as you can see, it'll probably hang down a little bit anyway. It will completely cover the window, and it doesn't touch the top of the cushions on the seat either here, which is by design, of course. So we're going to be getting that fitted in just a minute, and then just the other side over there is where we're going to be doing the projector. It's a little bit tricky to figure out what to do first, but I think I will do this screen first. So to get that job started, I'm going to need a few things. All right, I'm going to be honest, I'm going to bodge this just for now though, because it's Bank Holiday Monday and I didn't fancy going to any shops because it's going to be crazy. So what we're going to do is, I was hoping to have 2 picture hooks, the hooks that you just screw in like that, and then I'd be able to hang this off of it. You can see these little triangle things there. I was hoping to be able to put a picture hook up and hang this and then take it down when I don't need it. I think that's the best way to do it. Instead of that for now, I'm just going to screw these little brackets in with a hole in, and then I will zip tie that to that, so then it dangles, and then when I need to take it down, I'll just cut the zip tie. Not the end of the world. But yeah, that's going to save me getting stressed out going to some shops on a bank holiday Monday. We don't want to be doing that. Right, so I've got those. I have an assortment of screws here that I'm going to use of different sizes, tape measure to be precise, and the drill. With that, we should be successful. The big screen thing did come with these little hooks attached, but we don't want to hang it on the wall, and I don't want to stick these onto the fabric, so we're using a mechanical fixing rather than the sticky one. Just measuring how far off the wall this comes, 11 centimeters. So we need to have our brackets like at least 11 centimeters away from this. I'm probably going to do it 12. We'll go for 12. Okay, cool. Sound. I want this fairly in the middle. Cool. So there's the first one up. The first cut's always, sorry, no, the first one's always the hardest. And I need to put that how far apart? Let me have a look. 124 and a half. 124.5, so we're going to go 124. Which is there. And then, after that, that needs to be 12 centimetres out at the same time. So we're looking at there. Somewhere around there. There we go. So, 2 brackets are up there. Next thing to do is get a couple of zip ties and get this zip tied up and see if it fits. Zip ties acquired, nice little ones. They'll be nice and easy to cut off eventually. And also, just drawing your attention to these, I have a big thank you to someone who came to see us on Easter called Caroline. So thank you, Caroline. She's hand knitted these 3 cushions for us. Obviously, the motorhome's called Turtle, and look how cute that is. It's got a little turtle on it. It's also got some like bamboo buttons on the back, which is really, really lovely. And yeah, she's made them by hand for us for Easter. So that is absolutely lovely. And how well do they look in this van as well? Perfect. So thank you, Caroline. Really appreciate that. Back on with the job at hand. Let's see. Here we go. Second one on. Okie dokie. Right, let's see if my measuring is any good. Oh yeah, look at that.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. So, the projector's the next bit. That's looking pretty good. And this is going to have to sit as centrally as possible to that screen. What I'm going to probably do is drill a couple of holes in the bottom of this shelf here and have some sort of brackets that I can take on and off before I set off for each journey to attach that underneath there. First thing I need to do is turn it on, see if it fits onto the screen, and then figure out where the midpoint for this is. So I'm going to chill out on my new lovely cushions and wait for this to turn on. First thing I need to do is take the lens cap off. Any photographers out there will know this pain. Whoops, my bad. And here we go. Oh, it's no way does it fit perfect, nearly. There we go. It has this feature, as you can see right now, called autofocus, so I don't even have to do anything in terms of focusing it, and it's actually made the screen smaller to fit on the screen, I think. What a clever device. Right, I'm going to mark this on the ceiling with my extra pair of hands and get it fitted. So this is all a little bit trial and error, but I have marked underneath here where I needed to drill. It's a 15 centimetre handle, so we will go half of 15 is what, 7.5. This is where I'm going to drill a hole for a zip tie to go through. So when I first bought this van, as you can see, this is a white bit of wood. I originally thought this was the only thing that needed fixing inside the van. There was a big leak through here, through this cupboard, which is why it needed replacing in the first place, and it's why it's a little bit flimsy. But yeah, I thought that was the only thing that needed replacing. But lo and behold, we actually rebuilt this whole wall. So yeah, next time I buy a camper van, I think I'll be a little bit more stringent on how it looks to start with. So, going to be 2 holes, and we'll see how this goes. Okay, probably should have put a sheet down thinking about this. Never mind, I will hoover it a bit later on. So this projector did come with a HDMI, it did come with all of the cables and stuff that technically I should need to make it work, which is obviously fab news. I'm just deciding to run it off my laptop for pure ease. There's an app you can screen share to it and all sorts of different things. It's a pretty cool piece of kit. But as I said, for the time being, I just want to make sure that I can use it with this laptop, because that's pretty much how I'm going to be using it for the future. So it's going to go through its autofocus process again. I do have to change one thing, which is a bit of a shame, which is these holes that I've just drilled underneath here. I don't think they're going to be good enough. It looks like I'm going to have to drill some holes in the front of the cupboard. That's not too much of a pain because we will be using this speaker quite a lot. Well, that's been a bit of a roller coaster. I've tried about 6 different ways to do it, and I've now reverted to the way that Georgie said in the first place. We really wanted to have the autofocus things at the bottom of the unit showing so that it would do everything automatically. Luckily, because I'm a bit of a nerd, you can actually manually keystone it, which means like changing the image shape like this, and you can also manually focus it. So with the remote and with these eyes, you're able to use this without having to use the IO on the front as well. So for me, that is absolutely perfect. Having those little autofocus things visible so that you're able to use them and it does it all automatically, I'd imagine would be more ideal. But for me, I do not mind manually focusing it. As you can see, it fits perfectly on my 60-inch screen. I couldn't be more pleased about that. This is the biggest TV I have now, by the way. I don't have a big TV like this at home, so I'm absolutely chuffed. And if my glamorous assistant turns around, you will see we'll be able to create videos here on this desk. Ignore my laptop. We're watching Yanis, of course. What else would we want to watch whilst in the van? So good on you, Yanis. Keep up the good work. We're definitely going to be editing here, creating the videos, and then coming over here, putting my feet up, chilling out, and watching them on the big screen. Even in the van as it is, this projector is absolutely perfect brightness-wise. So yeah, I'm really, really pleased. Bear in mind there's daylight coming from behind it as well. Yeah, so thank you, YABER. I flipping love it. What a fantastic product, thank you very much. Obviously that process was a little bit trial and error. I just wanted it to work the best it could possibly work, but I genuinely think this is the best spot for it now. And Georgie pointed out, even when we're moving the van, if it was dangling, the whole projector would move as well. I am wobbling the van right now and the screen's not moving anywhere. So that's all because it is put in the cupboard on a flat shelf rather than dangling. If it was dangling, it would definitely wobble. Now Yanis is doing something that we need to be doing, which is putting a fresh lick of white paint on those walls, on those windows, sorry. But what we need to be doing is putting a fresh lick of paint on these walls. So I have Picasso with me, so let's get going. I mean, as you can see, it's definitely going to make a huge, huge difference. Oh, this is terrible. Okay, this will be fine.
Good job.
Thank you.
Not bad.
Not bad. Is it slap it on, Georgie?
It's covering quite well.
Should we paint the door?
This bit?
Yeah.
We could do,
It's a bit grim.
would it stick to this?
Give it a go, go on.
Really?
Yeah, go on, go for it, yeah. Yeah, that looks way better. Yeah, way, way better. The reason we've done this painting last is so that we can air the van out overnight so that we don't gas ourselves out. And then tomorrow we might come by and give you a little update. Good morning, you've time travelled, it's now the next day. I'm sorry, I know you guys are used to this by now, but we got carried away yesterday, finishing off all of the important jobs in the van that we wanted to do. So, Georgie very, very kindly helped me finish painting everything, including this back door here, which is looking $1,000,000. These walls, we have resorted out all of the cushions and throws and everything. Thank you again, Caroline, for these. And yeah, the ceiling looks great. Our home cinema setup is coming along beautifully, and I just couldn't be more happy with the progress that we've made. Also this morning, I have fitted this drawer here. Oh, nearly fell over. Which is going to be my kitchen junk drawer. We all need one of them. So that's looking pretty fab, if you do ask me. If you wonder what this is my fridge. And obviously it opens like so. So very easy to use and get in and out of. I also fitted a shelf in here, which I'm able to chuck all my rubbish up there. Do not fear, I will be putting a bolt on here to stop it swinging open. All of this progress has been made possible thanks to YABER for sponsoring today's video with their T2 projector. As I said, I think I have the easiest home cinema setup in all of the van world. Bearing in mind, if I wanted to just lob this outside on the side of the van, pointing at it, I could do that. I could also just take this screen down, hang it off the awning and use this outside. It's super compact and lightweight, long battery life, decent speakers. I couldn't be more pleased with it. Obviously what I do is put it in this cupboard, and I actually use that handle just off the back wall there to angle it a smidge, so I've got just a little bit of a down angle going to my screen. And also, don't forget, it takes me probably less than 30 seconds to get this whole setup underway. So here we go. As simple as projector in the cupboard, turn it on, take your lens cap off, and then fire it at the screen. It is that easy. I couldn't be more pleased, so thanks again, YABER. If you guys do want to get your own one, the links are down in the description. I believe there's over 2 million users of them already, and they're super highly rated on Amazon, so have a bit of confidence in that at very least. If you guys have enjoyed today's video, please hit that thumbs up button. It does really, really help, and if you haven't already, please make sure you're subscribed. I'm trying to build that count up a little bit more, so yeah, every subscriber is a little bit of a help, so thank you very much. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Happy Easter from me, and take it easy. I know Easter's just gone, but I forgot to say it in the last video, so yeah. Anyway, see you in the next one. Take it easy.